Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mikestand. We got Woody, ATC, and Leto in the house. Hey, guys, what's up? Um, let's see. Hey, laugh out loud. Okay. uh, yeah. So how did your day go today, guys? Just think, we're almost out of February. We're just got 5 more days of February left. We're almost into March. Whip it. Whip it good. Do 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 do. They say whip it. Whip it good. Do 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 do. Uh, hi Mike. Hey TC. Oh yeah. And as always, guys, I do appreciate any likes and shares you guys can help me out with there to help get the word out. And yes, ETC, I've been seeing you've been liking my shares on the main event collectors site as well, or Facebook page. Good, got some progress in my video game, having fun with them. Yeah, and I noticed you're actually starting to do regular not live streams but regular videos as well too, Leto. I've seen you've been doing that as well, so that's cool. Look at we got up to 5 now in here. Yay, 5 people. Huh. It's Woody. Let's see what Woody got to say. I finally located info on this toy I had when I was 5 years old. Uh, when I was 5 years old, um, robot that threw balls and fired missiles out of its head. Um, the old robots. The Go Bots, the Go Bots. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I always like your post in the main event collectors. Yeah, I see that. I've seen that. But I guess not too many of them are as big on collecting information as I am, right? They collect material. Excuse me for a moment, guys, while I go off camera real quick here. Anyways, I'm back, bouncing back and forth between 4 and 5 people. Ah, so let's see. We're at just under 4 minutes. I'll probably let you guys know what's on tap here in a minute or two. Um, Robot Commando, Robot's cool. Yep. The Go Bot, the Go Bot. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The Go Bot. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. I posted it on my mind. Shared, I mean. Yep. It was an older toy. I had it look like a British police officer with a billy club in hand. You turn it on, and he drives himself around and makes noise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so let's see. Let's see. So at least right now, it looks like we have 5 people in here. It's myself, ATC, Leto, Woody, and I guess one other person lurking, which is cool. Okay, so let's see. We're coming up on 6 minutes now. So I guess I'll at least tell you guys what's on top. So I did find 6 stories, 2 comic related stories, and 4 anime related stories. Um, on the comic side of it, Warner Brothers, DC, and Spotify are going to continue their, I guess, their partnership on doing some podcasts. Look, I've got Solid and Batgoat in the house here. Hey guys, hello Leto. Solid saying hi to Leto, and then Batgoat. I lurk, I creep. Mwahaha. Yeah. Creepy crawlers. Creepy crawlers. Anyway, so we got 6 people in here now, so that's pretty good. We're getting our normal compliment here. Um, as I said, 2 comic story. We got the one involving I said Warner Brothers, DC, and Spotify are gonna continue their partnership doing some podcasts. Also, Image Comics seems to be coming out with a board game, from what I was reading, at least the headline. Also, on the anime side of it, of course, a story that I saw pop up last night that we're going to get to is Pokemon at 25. How as whether or not he's aged or not, as well as some profile pieces on Yu Yu Hakusho and Sailor Moon in terms of how to get into them in terms of reading the manga and or watching the anime. And then there was one other story I think I saw there that. Oh yeah, last night we talked about the 5 worst case closed movies, Detective Conan movies. Tonight, we're gonna look at the 5 best. Um, so evening me, Droogs. Hey, Batgo. Let's see. Hey, Solid. I'm watching RE5. Had to stop to watch this stream. I'll resume when it's over. Hey, Solid. Hey, Batgoat. Let's see. Thanks, Leto. I was actually about to tell you about that. Might get your haircut. I probably will next month, Batgoat. I probably will next month. You know, even I know it's getting a bit thick, so it is getting that time. But I'm gonna wait till next month. One, so I make sure I have the money to, and two, make sure we're a little bit closer to springtime before doing it. Hey, Leto to ATC. Um, Leto, Solid, Toys, Woody. Uh, let's see. Did you get to the part where Shiva ran into the Chainsaw Man, got herself killed? Mike needs a mutton stash. I don't think it would work quite as well for me. Excuse me for a moment, guys, while I go off camera here. Let's see. The man has haircut. You can set a watch to it. Yeah. Mess. Not yet. I'm 43 minutes in. Okay. Another ruined joke. Anyways, guys, so now we're just past the 10-minute mark, so I think it's a good time to get started on the news stories here. So without any further ado, let's get going here. Let's see now. Here's the first story we're gonna look at here. Another one bites dust, and another one does, and another one does, another one bites dust. Okay, so here we go. DC, Spotify, team for Wonder Woman and Joker and more podcasts. Warner Brothers, DC, and Spotify are continuing their partnership with a new slate of DC themed podcasts featuring Wonder Woman, Joker, Catwoman, and more. Scripted audio drama based on Wonder Woman and Joker are among the new slate of DC themed podcasts coming to Spotify. The new superhero podcast joined Batman Unburied, which will be the first DC podcast produced by The Dark Knight Rises' David S. Goyer. DC and Spotify reached a multi-year agreement in 2020 to produce narrative script podcasts featuring DC superheroes and supervillains. Goyer joined DC Chief Creative Officer Jim Lee at Spotify's Stream On event to discuss such a podcast like Batman Unburied will bring a new dimension to these classic characters and the DC universe. Some of the characters to be featured in future Spotify podcasts include Superman, Lois Lane, Wonder Woman, Joker, Catwoman, Katana, the Riddler, Batgirl, and Harley Quinn. A number of them, of course, over the years have had their own comic book titles as well. So I've been fortunate to have had a hand in shaping how audiences see Batman, and now it's really fun to have a hand in shaping how audience hear Batman, Goyer said. With Batman Unburied, we're going to be doing a deep dive into Batman's unconscious mind and into his dream state. Really leaning into the idea of playing around with the idea of surround sound. He then teased the idea of Joker whispering things into the listener's ear. That's kind of creepy. Having that ghoulish psychopath or sociopath in your ear probably isn't a very good thing. Which he described as nightmarish. Yeah, no kidding. We have a ton of other amazing characters, Lee said. We are planning on doing a Catwoman Katana podcast, Superman and Lois Lane, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Riddler. There are so many amazing characters that we can explore. This is a long-term partnership between Warner Brothers, DC, and Spotify. And I think the fan base is just going to respond to this in an exciting way and embrace it as something new and novel and supplements all the other ways they take in the DC universe. Batman Unburied will be released later this year on Spotify. There you go. That's the first story. Of course, these ones on CBR usually go pretty quick, so. Excuse me a moment, guys. Got to go off camera here first. All right, I'm back. Let's see what others. Let's see what's been going on here. Yeah, we saw that. We saw that. All right, okay, hold on, hold on. Podcast comics? Yeah, I guess. That's what it would seem. I've been watching medieval docs lately. The Plantagenets. They, that's the real GOT. Interesting. Yep. Batman will be doing ASMR on. Yeah. Porn sack movies. Yeah. Maybe. We don't know. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Whispers. I'm Batman. At Leto Enchanted. Someone left a comment on my stream with a link to meet up for sex website, and someone did the same on Toy Bounty Hunters. Like, yeah, best thing to do with those is just erase them solid. Because I think the thing is, you don't want people. Those I think are kind of those catcha links, if you get what I mean. Answers back Eddie Murphy from '84. I'm Gumby, damn it. Yeah, I comment on those sex videos to stop it. I could delete, but a comment is a comment. YouTube loves comment. Yeah, but the only thing is that you run the risk of really if you click the link, you have a chance of really screwing up your stuff. Porn bots usually they contain themselves in Ricada or Dankula streams. Didn't know Dankula streams. I don't even know who Dankula is. They'd hit everyone. At Batgoat Razorfish was once getting links from Pakistani sex sites in one of his streams. LMAO. I did. I thought that's funny. Yeah. So, anyways, moving on to the next story here. Oh, here we go. Here's the next one. Image Comics Rat Queens announces Kickstarter for new board game. You don't know Count Dankula? Nope, I don't. Dank streams, but just like the quartering or gamer from Mars streams, they are kids and they are brutal and fast. I tend to stay away from them. Laugh out loud. Love his Mad Lad series stuff. Well, there also is a pretty interesting anime called Mad Lax that you guys might want to check out, along with Noir and El Cazador de la Bruja. They're three very interesting animes. Laugh out loud, pornbots give your PC a virus, give you a PC viruses. Yeah. Uh, Prawn Bort's bad. Channel cyber STDs. You got it, solid. Okay, so anyways, on to the next article here. Image Comics Rat Queens announces Kickstarter for new board game. Deepwater Games is launching a Kickstarter for Rat Queens, the board game, based on the fan favorite Image Comics series. And those must be the Rat Queens right there. Rat Queens, the fan favorite series from Image Comics, Curtis Weeb and Roke Upchurch is getting a board game. Wow, that's interesting. Well, I know there have been probably comics that have been turned into board games before, so let's see. Rat Queens, the board game, arrives on Kickstarter this summer, courtesy of Deepwater Games. The deck building game is designed for 1 to 4 players and boasts cooperative, learn as you go mechanics as players manage the relationships between the queens and suffer the consequences of their chaotic actions. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. I've always wanted to see some form of adaptation of um, Rat Queens into game form, we said. Um, the series is clearly inspired by my early years of playing RPGs with friends, and to have Deepwater Games do their spin on the series is very exciting. I can't wait for everyone to get their hands on the game. It looks fantastic, and it rings true to the tone and chaos from the comic series to the slaughter. Getting to pitch Curtis this game, him trusting us with the queens, and working with designers Erica Hayes Boyoris and Sen Fung Lin to bring it to life has been an absolute privilege. Deepwater CCO Nolan Nasser added, "The whole team has poured so much passion and love into this project. We couldn't be more excited to share it with you." Yeah, I don't know if these rat queens though are really people you want, individuals you want to be messing with though. Yeah, queen of the rat. I wonder if any of these characters have a thing for Vermin Supreme. Anyway, Rat Queens, the board game, arrives on Kickstarter this summer. There we go. There's that one. We're already at the 25-minute mark here. Let's see. He's a guy from Scotland who got in trouble for teaching his pug to do a Nazi salute. I have to take your word for it. I hear Mike say Bruja on live stream. Well, it's part of a title, El Cazador de la Bruja, which translates to the Witch Hunter. It's an anime. It's part of a trilogy, Girls with Guns, Noir, Mad Lax, and El Cazador de la Bruja. From what I understand, Bruja means witch in Spanish. I don't know why you'd be saying, "Oh, did I just hear him say Bruja?" Never heard of Rat Queen. Yeah, I hadn't either until this, Leto. It's from Image Comics, so Image isn't quite as well known as DC or Marvel, obviously. Where my boy Anon? Probably on his way home still. Um, he most likely get there in about 3 minutes. Laugh out loud. A solid at me. Did you know that Vermin Supreme tried to communicate with the spirit of Aleister Crowley? Um, no, I didn't. I didn't hear that. The thing I know about Vermin Supreme is the fact that he was running. He was basically trying to run for president on the Libertarian ticket. So he's the guy who goes around with that big boot on his head. Oh yeah, good call. Just wanna go smoke one. Laugh out loud. 30 minutes. I mean, excuse me a minute, guys. While I go off camera real quick here. All right, I'm back. Let's see what you guys have been saying here. Laugh out loud. I'm gonna start without him. Okay. Is there a ballyhoo? Or wait, the voice actress for Mrs. Crab died. That's a shame. Yeah, that was I think actually she died a few years ago, I think, back in 2013. I don't even know why that came up. A fracas could be an imbroglio. As a peaceful protest. Apparently I missed some stuff here. Well, let me go back. About 3 minutes left. No, okay. Let's see. We saw that. 30 minutes. I mean, about loud. What's all the brouhaha? Huh, I'm gonna start without him. Okay. Now don't know how that came up, but yeah, she did. Let's see. Peaceful protest. Let's see. Not Michael. Aleister Crowley is the main antagonist in Magical Index and Scientific Railgun, but he's turned into the shonen when the real life was an old bald man. Yeah, well, he had some. Aleister Crowley, from what I understand, had some very occultic leanings as well. You didn't read Woody's line about Bruja. I went back and read it just now. Back go made up words for general malfeasance. Not made up. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, I do. Sometimes you just like to goof around with sounds and make but doobity doo. Ba bi 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 bo bo bi yo guai yo yo wai zhuang gai yo a wa guai yo wa yo 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 yi wu yi wa yo yo. Something like that, back goat. Uh, all right, let's see. So now let's go ahead and we'll look into the some of the anime stories here. I didn't mean to turn you on. I didn't mean to turn you on. So this is the first one we'll look at here. Of course, one of my all-time favorite animes here. Yu Yu Hakusho, how to get started with the anime and manga. One of my all-time favorites. In fact, I think it is my all-time favorite. With the live-action Netflix remake announced, now is a great time to catch up on Yu Yu Hakusho's anime and manga. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the classics of the fighting shonen genre and a favorite of 90s anime fans. Created by Yoshihiro Togashi, who went on to write Hunter x Hunter, another one of my favorites, and marry Sailor Moon's creator Naoko Takuchi. The manga ran from 1990 to 1994 with 19 volumes, and the anime aired from 1992 to 1994 with 112 episodes, 6 OVA episodes, and 2 movies, with Netflix announcing a live action remake. Now is a great time to catch up on the series. The story begins with delinquent Yusuke Urameshi being killed, saving a child from being hit by a car. Now, a spirit, he meets Botan. And that's not sword, people. A blue haired guide to the spirit world. I believe in this case, Botan is um, translated as peony. Uh, the place all sentient beings go after they die. The problem is, Yusuke wasn't supposed to die, and the spirit world doesn't know what to do with him. Luckily for him, there's a way for him to be revived, though it's going to be a challenge. Throughout Yusuke's journey as a spirit and as a spirit detective, he meets and befriends all sorts of characters, from the deadly but kind fox demon Karama to the third-eyed wielding Hiei to the loudmouth romantic Kuwabara. Um, it's up to these four young men to keep the human world safe from demons, monsters, and villainous humans, all while trying to pass their classes. Not completely. Hiei and Hiei doesn't go to school. Yes, he does take on the form of a teenage human, but he does not go to school. Karama kind of possessed. Um, Karama kind of possessed the young baby Shuichi Miyamoto to try to regain his strength. So, where to read the Yu Yu Hakusho manga? The manga is available in digital format from iBooks, Google Play, and Comixology for $6.99 per volume. It is also available on e-readers such as Nook and Kindle for the same price. For those who prefer physical copies, the series is available from Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Books A Million, and even Walmart. MSRP for each volume is $9.99. You can also check out your local comic book shop for availability, or you can usually have them order you a copy. Where to watch the Yu Yu Hakusho anime? Hmm. Let's see. Yasmin. Made it with yeah, made it okay, so no that one is it wasn't funny, we just were catching you up. Mess. I broke Mike again. Oh boy. Sorry boys. Oh boy. Uh Mike dot isn't working properly. Say what is the stream not working, guys? The stream not working? Or are you guys joking around again? Or are you guys laughing at the fact that I was doing that whole bit earlier? I'm happy for anything Yu Yu Hakusho. They got the costumes. Moment I found out Yusuke was half demon, I was super surprised when I was watching it as a kid. Laugh out loud. Hmm. Karama possessed a baby, yeah, and lived a normal life. No stream is fine. Laugh out loud. We were laughing at the goofy talking bit. Oh, okay. All right, I get it. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's all good. Ah, anyways, where to watch Yu Yu Hakusho? Funimation has the entire TV series available on its site. You can watch it free with ads or ad free with a subscription. Hulu and Amazon Prime both have the first season available to stream. Amazon also sells DVD copies each season for around $19.99 or $34.42 for the Blu-ray version. For those of you who have Netflix and a VPN, the entire series is available on the Japanese server. There are 2 Yu Yu Hakusho movies and 6 OVA episodes known as Aizo Hakusho. The OVA episodes in the first movie, Yu Yu Hakusho: The Golden Seal, are available together for $19.99 on Amazon. Yu Yu Hakusho, the movie Poltergeist Report, is out of print. Oh wait, Yu Yu Hakusho, the movie Poltergeist Report is out of print. You can still, but can still be purchased for $69.98 on DVD and $9.98 on VHS on Amazon. 2 additional OVA episodes were released in Japan in 2019. Funimation has licensed them, but not yet released them stateside. Anyways. Let's see. Cool. Cool. Program running normal again. Stand down. Um, why can buy anime DVDs for 1 cent? Previously viewed sometimes. You're just paying for the shipping sometimes. On Amazon, I mean. Like those old CD clubs from the 90s, buy one CD for a regular price and get 7 for a penny. Such a scam. Yeah. So, anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta go off camera here for a sec. All right, I'm back. So let's see what you. No, I buy them from business that sell through Amazon. Some I research and go out. Some I research and go out of business, and they just want to get rid of their inventory. Yeah. Anyways, so now it says we're down to 4 people now. And I do appreciate all the likes and shares, of course. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next story then. I got to go off camera for one more time here, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And let's see. That dude just said something here. I'll be listening, going to go play some Switch. Make sure to holler when Anon makes a scene. Probably will. Ash grew up and he looks younger. Yeah, that's what this article is basically about. Kind of funny. Pokemon's been around for 25 years, and yet Ash is still 10 years old. Go figure. Okay, so, anyways, Pokemon at 25, how Ash has grown up in the anime. Even if he hasn't aged. Ash's journey has been a long one, and despite not aging, he's learned a lot of lessons along the way to become a Pokemon master. To be a master, Pokemon master, I will be ready to be the greatest master. Ba 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 ba. The greatest master of Pokemon. Pokemon's Ash Ketchum has been 10 years old for 25 years. Whoa! Man! How'd that happen? How does that happen? Again, this is, of course, anime, cartoon, whatever, but oh boy. But that doesn't mean he hasn't grown up a little in that time. From his start as an oversleeping kid who just barely managed to get his starter Pokemon to the Aloha champion and current research assistant to Professor Cerise, Ash has been changing and maturing along his journey, growing into a better person. Back in the days of the Indigo League, Ash's personality was almost unrecognizable compared to his current day counterpart. Aside from a few key traits, the first and most obvious of these key traits is his tendency to rush into things headlong without thinking, such as when he attempted to catch a Pidgey by throwing rocks at it in the first episode. And I am currently rewatching the Pokemon series, by the way. Another, arguably more important aspect of Ash's character is his willingness for self sacrifice. From protecting Pikachu in episode 1 to basically dying multiple times in the movies, Ash has no problem putting his life on the line if it means doing what's right. He also cares deeply about his Pokemon and respects their decisions, whether it's evolution or love. Ash won't force any of his Pokemon to do anything they don't want to. But Ash's love of Pokemon doesn't necessarily translate into maturity, particularly since he held very little love for his fellow man at the beginning of the series. As the show began airing in the late 90s, Ash was trapped by some of the thinking of the day and often mocked Misty for her femininity, despite the fact that she was usually a far more capable trainer than he. Likewise, the Ash of the original series struggles greatly with pride and overconfidence. Which, what they say, beauty is wasted on the young. Um, Boasting about his accomplishments while putting very little work toward those accomplishments. He was quite lazy, taking every shortcut he could. I don't think so. Granted, there were times he'd get sidetracked, yeah, but taking every shortcut he could think of to bypass the hard work needed to earn his badges. Of his first 5, only 1 was earned by defeating the gym leader in a fair match. While his kindness earned his Pokemon's loyalty, it was their strength and not his skill as a trainer that earned him a spot in the top 16 of the Indigo League. And that is a valid point there. But and maybe at times he was overconfident, but I don't think he was outright lazy. He was just young and inexperienced. And sometimes pride and overconfidence can come with that. See what you guys are saying here since I left. Well, maybe we did hit all these. My theory is that Ash is Pokemon, uh, Professor Oak's project. I bet. Yeah. No, he's human. He's human. It's just this is where anime becomes cartoony because obviously there is no, and I do mean no, possible way for someone to stay 10 years old for 25 years. Okay, this is getting into like Simpsons and Detective Conan. If you guys remember, came out around the same time, 19 well a year earlier, 1996, and now Grant, I know that Conan, he was de-aged with a drug, but still, even in that show, the characters haven't aged in all that time. So give him an evolution stone. Uh, Granted, why there are some Pokemon that take on human form, a la Mr. Mime, um, doesn't necessarily mean though that they're human. Luckily for Ash, he had plenty of opportunities to learn. Traveling with Misty through two regions allowed Ash to see how strong girls could be. When he met May, he regarded her as an equal and supported her goals, setting a precedent for the rest of his journey. Likewise, Charizard taught Ash that kindness alone wasn't enough when it comes to training Pokemon. He needed to earn their respect, give them space when needed, and work with them to develop their own battle style. And that point is true too. I mean, much of when when Charmander evolved into Charmeleon and Charizard, his attitude completely changed. Unlike Ash's other Pokemon, obviously. But he stopped taking shortcuts in the Orange Islands, and throughout Johto and Hoenn, he started working on training with his individual Pokemon to not only become stronger, but to deepen the relationship between himself and his Pokemon, a trait that has continued to this day. Ash also started to take notice of others more as he left Kanto, where before he had been self-centered and boastful. He now discovered joy in helping others achieve their dreams, such as encouraging Clement's inventions or helping Mallow find yellow nectar to make her restaurant's legendary dish. As a result of growing to care for his human companions more, he grew not only to be able to accept defeat, but even sincerely congratulate his friends when they bested him, such as with Iris in season 14, episode 42, Club Battle Finale, A Hero's Outcome. In the same sense, Ash also became more independent as the show went on, from relying on Brock to take care of his needs to becoming a trainer who could travel comfortably alone. He was even able to take the lessons he had learned through his travels and use them to help others, teaching May the basics in Hoenn and confidently mentoring Dawn in Sinnoh. Which I can see some of that. See if you guys are saying anything about these thus far. I think, yeah. To be a master, Pokemon master, I will be ready to be the greatest master. Ba da 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 da. To be the greatest master of Pokemon. Perhaps the most important way Ash has grown, though, is is with respect to his rivalries. When the series started, Ash's rivalry with Gary conservatively called toxic, with Gary constantly berating and besting Ash in every possible way, perhaps leading the kind-hearted young man to emulate Gary's boastfulness and arrogance. Yeah, but Gary got hit. Gary got a lesson in that thanks to Giovanni in Battle for the Badge. Perhaps leading the. Oh, okay. That all changed when Ash finally defeated Gary. He didn't do this through sheer power, but through quick thinking and use of the environment. Exactly the kind of unorthodox battle style Ash is now known for. The defeat allowed Gary to see Ash as an equal, and Ash to put their rivalry behind them. Both have become better because of it. Nowhere is that foundation more important than with regards to Ash's rivalry with Paul in the Sinnoh region, which helped solidify Ash's training style and motivations. Paul believed only strong Pokemon were worthy, releasing any that weren't up to his standards, regardless of the Pokemon's feelings. Ash spent much of Diamond and Pearl series seeking to prove Paul and his harsh, callous methods wrong by showing that any Pokemon can become strong um, through training, hard work, and kindness. While Paul's methods showed instant results, the bond of respect and love between Ash and his Pokemon allowed them to finally defeat Paul when it mattered. While Ash may remain 10 forever, he's certainly grown a lot throughout the series, and he's not done yet either. He still rushes into things with enthusiasm befitting a kid his age, and has yet to learn the meaning of tact. There are still some adults who don't know tact, so still, Ash has mellowed out significantly since his first appearance, becoming more accepting and compassionate towards others, even humbling himself as he seeks to become a better trainer worthy of the title Pokemon Master. So Laura Thornton was the one who wrote this article. Da 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 da. To be the greatest master of Pokemon. Time wise, how are we doing? Because I think got through 4 of the 6 stories, so I think we're doing okay on time. We're just past the hour mark, so I think I'm doing good on time here. Let's see. No, just don't know too much about Pokemon. Played the first game, stopped at Pokemon Stadium for the 64 laugh out loud. All right. Well, anyways, I'll be right back, guys. I got to go off camera here for a quick moment. All right, I'm back. Let's see now. Uh, okay, we already read that. All right, so I think we got through 4 of the 6 stories already, and we're just past the hour mark here. So looks like we're making good time here. Albeit it would seem not everybody's here. We got four four of us now. The 6 that were here earlier. Oh, let's go ahead and take a look at this next article. Sailor Moon: How to Get Started with the Anime and Manga. Whether it's the original anime, Sailor Moon Crystal, or the manga series, there are a handful of ways to catch up with Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. All right, guys. Um, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon by Naoko Takuchi was serialized from 1991 to 1997, and the anime premiered in 1992, the same year as Yu Yu Hakusho, um, with both garnering international popularity. It still influences pop culture to this day, and even earned an anime reboot in 2014. Yeah, probably one of the most famous of all the kind of magical girl anime. Of course, the transformation sequence is probably what got a lot of people excited. Whether you're a longtime fan of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon or looking to become one, there are a handful of ways to read the manga and watch the anime as well as its later films. How to read the Sailor Moon manga. For those looking to start with the physical manga, then turn to Kodansha Comics 2011 reprint of the series. This version includes accurate translations, and it is collected in 12 volumes, with each volume having 5 to 6 chapters each. One can also turn to Kodansha's Eternal edition of the manga from 2019, with each oversized volume being about 300 pages. For the reprint, physical manga costs around $9.99 per volume, while the Eternal edition volume costs between $20.99 and $27.99. Kodansha lists where the prints of the Eternal edition are available, including Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Right Stuff Anime, and Penguin Random House. These can also be found in local bookstores and comic shops that sell manga. And if the store does not carry it at the moment, it's highly likely they will be able to order it for you, since um, these are still in print. Kodansha has also made digital versions of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon available for purchase on Amazon Kindle, Bookwalker, Comixology, Google Play, iBooks, Kobo, and Nook, with the volumes ranging in price from $9.99 to $16.47. Also, if you have access to apps like Libby or Simply E, your local library may have digital volumes. Um, Pretty Guardian Sailor, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, which you could check out for free with a library card. However, this all depends on what your library carries. If you guys are saying anything, or anybody's back yet, we're back up to 5 at least. And no more new comments, it would seem. Where to watch original Sailor Moon anime. Where to watch the original Sailor Moon anime. For the original anime, the streaming service Hulu has the English dub along with the subs. For those without a subscription service, each season of the anime is available for purchase from websites like Vudu and Amazon for $29.99, or one can purchase episodes individually for around $1.99. Um, yeah, and depending on it, whether or not you like the original dub of it, as well, how to watch the Sailor Moon movies. Along with the anime, there have been several Sailor Moon movies. The first film, 1993 Sailor Moon R, the movie, is available to purchase on Amazon at $12.99 or Vudu for $7.99. It's also available to rent at $3.99 on both sites, and it's streaming on Crunchyroll and Funimation. Meanwhile, Sailor Moon S, the movie, is available on Amazon for purchase only, only for purchase only, but is available for purchase and rent on Vudu. However, Sailor Moon Super S, the movie, is available to rent and purchase on both sites. Let's see. Nope. Was just listening. Back up to 6 people now. Yay, 6 people. I got Hulu. Maybe I should give it a watch. Yeah. Well, it might be. It might. Hey, Leto. It might be I don't know if your wife's into anime or not, but it might be an anime. Might even be able to get your wife into. You never know. How to watch the Sailor Moon Crystal anime. Instead of the original, fans can also watch the Sailor Moon Crystal. Unlike the original, this is available to watch on Crunchyroll as well as Hulu. If you don't have access to these streaming services like the original anime, this series is available for purchase on Amazon and Vudu, with so many different ways to catch up on the adventures of Usagi Tsukino, aka um, Serena Tsukino, and her friends. Hopefully, this guide has been able to help you find the best way to get your hands on Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, whether it's a manga or anime. Well, that's that. Uh, so I think we got one more main story before we're done here. Um, the last. Before I get to this last story, guys, I got to go off camera for a moment or two. Got to go take care of some personal business, as it were. Anyways, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. Let's see what before I get to this last story here. See what looks like you guys got into a bit of a conversation here, huh? Buffering. Let's see, solid at Leto. Did you know that RE5 first came? There were more claiming it was racist. Um, hey, just got home, going to eat and listen in evening every. Hey, Anon, welcome to the stream, man. Hey, Batgoat, if you're listening, Anon's here. Let's see. Everything is racist if you look hard enough. Good point there, Woody. The English voice actor for Conan also voiced Kuroko Shura. Yeah. The English voice actress who voiced Conan was Alice Victor. Allison Victorine. Also known as Allison Reslov. Victorine's her married name. She's one of those rare talents of women who get cast in the roles of voicing voicing prepubescent boys. So, at anonymity, solid at anonymity. Hey Anon, thanks for checking out my stream earlier. I didn't even get a notification. I don't even know if I got a notification on it or not. Hello, Anon. No, why was that solid? Anon. Hey Anon. At Leto, because white man Chris Redfield is shooting infected Africans. Oh boy. Uh, laugh out loud. Okay, so with that, um, so last night, of course, we looked at an article that talked about the 5 worst Detective Conan movies. Now, to kind of bookend that, let's look at what this writer thinks are the 5 best Detective Conan movies. So let's see what we got here. Laugh out loud, said Leto. The 5 best Detective Conan films. There have been many Detective Conan films, but these are the best of the best. Detective Conan is a massive world famous franchise. Since the manga began in 1994, the franchise has spawned a long running anime series, a live action drama, a boatload of video games, and 23 movies. The 24th Detective Conan movie, Detective Conan the Scarlet Bullet, is hitting cinemas in April, making this the perfect time to get reacquainted with the series. But of the 23 films, which are the best? Detective Conan, The Phantom of Baker Street. A little bit of the Sherlock Holmes reference there. Of course, Conan took the name Conan from the author of Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Um, it was only a matter of time before Detective Conan crossed over with Sherlock Holmes. But The Phantom of Baker Street tackles the concept in a very unique way. Hiroki Sawada, a child prodigy, has built an AI called Noah's Ark. However, when he jumps off a building, everyone rules it as a suicide. 2 years later, Schindler Inc. is showing off their virtual reality game system, Cocoon. However, when Conan and some kids test the game, Noah's Ark takes control and threatens to kill the kids in the real world if they don't beat out beat one of the games. Conan um, decides to play a Sherlock Holmes themed mystery where he must track down Jack the Ripper. It is so much fun seeing Conan in the traditional London setting, and while the virtual reality setup is a bit silly, the film is an enjoyable romp, and it is also a rare chance to see Conan's father, Yusaku Kudo, um, do some solo detective work. This was the last Detective Conan film to be dubbed by Funimation Entertainment, so it actually received a dubbed DVD release in America. Yeah. It would actually be kind of nice to see if somebody else would actually pick up the license of Detective Conan and just redub the whole series again. That's just what I was thinking. Because it was a decent series. I mean, granted, maybe it didn't work on Toonami or even Adult Swim because of the because 15, 25 year olds. But I think there are a lot of people who could get into it, older people. You know, I guess the rain's down in Africa. When correctly viewed, everything is lewd. I could tell you things about Peter, Peter Pan and the Wizard of Oz. Peter Pan and the Wizard of Oz was a dirty old man. That's true. Song of the South is cool though. That was a joke, I kid. Wha ha 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 ha. Anyways, back to the article here. Detective Conan, the Raven Chaser. The 13th film in the franchise, The Raven Chaser, sees Conan trying to solve a murder where a man's car brakes were cut, causing him to crash into a toll booth. Um, However, the man's mysterious last words and the mahjong tile found next to his body suggest something deeper is at work. In fact, it seems that this murder is linked to several others across Tokyo. And to make matters worse, the evil Black organization is tangled up in the case. The film was massively popular when it came out, getting nominated for Best Animated Film at the Japanese Academy Awards. And it isn't hard to see why. The film has a fantastic plot full of mystery, action, and drama. It is also a great chance to see Conan's nemesis, the Black Organization, in action. The movie had a DVD and Blu-ray release in Japan and some European territories in 2009. Let me go back up here real quick. The Phantom of Baker Street. Um, yeah, okay. I was just trying to see if they had said here which movie this was in terms of the number. Said to be the last one that Funimation dubbed. So, um, anyways, Detective Conan captured in her eyes. The fourth movie, Captured in Her Eyes, sees Conan and his friends become witnesses to murder. When a police officer is gunned down by a man with an umbrella gun, a la the Penguin from Detective Comics, the group has to hunt down the perpetrator. During this, Ron, I guess that's Rachel, sees another murder and gets a clear view of the killer. But she gets amnesia, leaving her both confused and a target. This case is much more grounded than those that would come later in the franchise. The mystery is gripping and well thought out, but it's Ron's amnesia, which I believe that's Rachel Moore. Rachel Moore is the English translation of her name. Um, that makes this movie so good. The movie's exploration of her relationship with Shinichi Kudo, Jimmy Kudo, and how him turning into Conan has affected them both. It is wonderfully done. Like all of the early Detective Conan movies, this one was dubbed by Funimation Entertainment and released in DVD in the U.S. Detective Conan, the last wizard of the century. 1999's The Last Wizard of the Century sees Master Thief Kaito Kid stealing Fabergé egg. However, as the police chase the Kaito Kid, someone shoots him in the right eye, causing him to fall to his death. While hunting for the killer, Conan ends up having to track down a second egg and gets involved in a strange historical mystery that stretches back hundreds of years, all while more murders happen. This movie is an exciting film that adds some fun adventuring elements to the show's mystery formula. It is also packed with full of twists and turns without becoming silly. Kaito Kid is a fan favorite character for a reason, and his uneasy dynamic with Conan is always a joy to watch. Dubbed by Funimation Entertainment, this movie had a direct to DVD release in 2009. Anyways, before I go on here, I gotta go off camera one more time, guys. I'll be right back. Good. All right, then. Let's see what you guys have been saying here thus far. Once the blacks get involved, forget it. Batgoat, Dad's right. That Batgoat from Solid. Let's see. Right, laugh out loud from Leto. Also, Leto saying, or that Cowboy Bebop villain with the umbrella gun who floats and is scared of cats. Laugh out loud. I always like that episode and the one with the alien from the refrigerator. Um, Come on, gang. We got a mystery to solve. Uh, Alien in the fridge sounds like Get a Life from the 90s. Okay, so we're caught up there. Can you one more time, guys? Sorry. All right, then. Let's see. So anyways, back to the article here. Detective Conan, Countdown to Heaven. Countdown to Heaven is the fifth Detective Conan released, or is the fifth Detective Conan movie released in 2009 when Conan, I Haibara, and the Detective Boys tour the new Nishi Nishitan Nishitanashi Twin Towers. Things take a turn for the worse when a council member called Iwamatsu Oki is found murdered with a broken sake cup near his body. On top of this, both gin and vodka, two agents from the Black organization are seen in the tower. Are they involved in the murder, or are they involved in some other sinister plan? Countdown to Heaven has a fantastic mystery that will keep you guessing the whole time, especially suspect, as each suspect has perfectly valid motives. The Black Organization also adds a fun twist to proceedings. They make things even more unpredictable and make the drama even more intense. There is also an interesting subplot that um, looks at the complex web of feelings and relationships within the main cast, helping flesh out some of the lesser seen background characters. The film received an English dub by Funimation Entertainment and was released in 2010. Oh, that's it for the main articles, it looks like. Yep. So we got the five worst Detective Conan movies last night. We get the five best tonight. So that's interesting. It's an interesting kind of segue, yeah. Well, let's see now. Let's see what's been going on here. Sure, if I've seen that one from Anon. And Leto says, yeah, one of my favorites was the little guy who acts like a kid and hires an adult to be his parent, who plays the hell out of a sax that is actually old as mess. Oh yeah, Jupiter Jazz, I think. Special Agent Harvey, Special Agent Wallbanger. Harvey Wallbanger, which I believe are an alcoholic drink, maybe? Excuse me for one more moment, guys. Gotta go off camera here real quick. Alrighty then, I'm back. So now we're past the hour and a half mark. Last night we almost went the full 2 hours, hour and 53. That tonight we're just getting past the hour and a half mark here. So, I guess, poo. Yes, Nina, laugh out loud. Going to step out and smoke with a neighbor. All right. All right. So we're done with the main stuff. Of course, a reminder, guys, this Friday. Of course, we're taking a break from the historical comic retrospect. Um, you know, Batco and I are going to open up the studio for anybody who wants to come in and hang out, talk niche. Um, maybe we'll whatever whatever comes up, we'll see. And actually, with that too, I was thinking today. I know Batco was the one who suggested it for this time around, but maybe I will take some occasional breaks here to do that, to kind of do an open mic night, just to kind of break the routine up a little bit. maybe I'll try to do that a little more often, see how things go. So, arts and crafts show and tell. Yeah. Hmm. Let's see now. An hour and 36 minutes. Yeah, so with that, guys, was there anything else you guys wanted to mention? If not, then maybe it'd probably be a good time to um start winding down. So before I start doing that, is there anything else you guys wanted to mention, ask, talk about, or have you? Let's see. Yeah, we saw that. Cool. Peace out. Neat. Nah, really, I'm good. Okay. All right. Well, then we'll start winding this down a little bit. Um, I once again thank you guys for joining me tonight and every night. I do appreciate all the likes and shares. Hopefully, we can get some more people in to check some of this stuff out. And if you guys are ready, let's see. Oh, tomorrow, hopefully, I should be streaming Street Fighter. Okay, maybe we'll check it out. Um, did they suspend Crowder or not? I don't know. Haven't been paying too much attention to that. Yeah, Nietzsche King. Okay, so without any further ado, then, um, today being Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021, let's take a look back on this day Nietzsche history. Let me just do my quick little preview here. 71, 2001, and then 2006. Okay. Okay, so without any further ado, then let's get started here. I'm ready for some Nietzsche history. Okay. All right. So, anyways, the first thing we're going to look at here, we're gonna go back 50 years ago today to 1971. On this date in 1971, Professor Toru Tanaka defeated Fritz von Erich for the NWA American title in Dallas, Texas. This is one day after losing it to Fritz in Fort Worth, Texas. So on this date in 1971, 50 years ago today, Professor Toru Tanaka, who was also a former like a three-time WWF or WWF World Tag Team Champion with Mr. Fuji in the 70s. He would defeat Fritz von Erich of the Von Erich family in Dallas, Texas for the NWA American Heavyweight Championship. So that's all of that right there. Let's see. Woody, maybe you remember that. That sounds like it'd be back around the time. It'd be back around the time that you might have been watching wrestling. Albeit since I was in Texas, you might not have heard about that. But anyways, getting ready to move on to the next piece of Nietzsche history here. As we now head to the year 2000, 21 years ago today, on this date in the year 2000, the 15th issue of Star Wars from Dark Horse Comics went on sale on newsstands. Part 3 of the Emissaries to Malastare story arc. So on this date in 2000, 21 years ago today, the 15th issue of Star Wars from Dark Horse Comics went on sale on this date. Let's see what you guys have to say here. I'm ready for some Nietzsche. Okay, we already read that part. No, I was strictly AWA back then. Yeah. Well, I do know that Fritz did wrestle somewhat for the AWA, I think in the 60s. So, but yeah, Fritz von Erich, the patriarch of the von Erich family. So, with that, moving on then to the next bit of neat history. On this date in 2001, 20 years ago today, um, Henry Selick's Monkey Bone, which combines animation with live action, is released. This, I believe, was an animated movie from 1492 Pictures, distributed by 20th Century Fox. But due to bad reviews and low audience release, but but to bad reviews and low audience attendance. So it was released, but it wasn't. It apparently was not that successful of a movie from 1492 Pictures. So on this date in 2001, 20 years ago, the Henry Selick's Monkey Bone was released into theaters. Let's see now. There was a few things that came up here. I think that was at later Leto. I think Twitter suspended Crowder. All right, solid. Really? That's a shame. Wow, we're down to two. Everybody's leaving already, and I'm not even done with Nietzsche history yet. Guess you guys maybe you guys are more tired than I am. Now we're back up to 3. So, as always, I do, of course, like the likes and shares. And then now, for the last piece of Nietzsche history. On this day in 2006, the anime Hanbun no Shuki ga Noboru Shora came to an end on this date in 2006. Of course, I think we mentioned this earlier when it started in January. The translation is sky with a rising half moon, or looking up at the half moon. So on this date in 2006, Hanbun no Shuki ga Noboru Shora finished its run on WoW Network. So that's all of that for now. I thank you guys for being here as always. Let's see. I'm still here. Yeah, I see you. It's Twitter. No big loss. Yeah. So now coming up on an hour 45. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for being here tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And as I said again, don't forget this Friday we're doing the open mic night, letting anybody else, along with you can join Batgoat and me. We can have maybe get a panel discussion going of whatever comes to mind niche wise, whether it be anime, cartoons, comics, manga, pro wrestling, whatever crosses our minds to talk about. So until tomorrow night. Bye.